Can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. It's me, Niall. Delighted as always to be joined by Owen, and we're here reacting to some quite surprising news, not really news that we expected to be reacting to today. The former world champion, if you could call him that, Rocky Fielding, former WBA titleist anyway at super middleweight, is returning to the ring after a few years out now, returning at cruiserweight to challenge Brandon Glanton. British fight fans might be familiar with Glanton. Recently fought Billum Smith, of course, on the Eubank Ben undercard. Big punching American cruiserweight. And yeah, he's going to welcome Rocky Fielding back into the fold. Owen, you're shaking your head already. You're going to have some interesting thoughts on this one. What's your reaction? I'll leave the floor to you. Rocky Fielding against Brandon Glanton.
Embarrassment. The fact Rocky Fielding, I mean, I think it was 2 weeks ago, he was arguing with Darren Till, trying to fight Darren Till on Misfits. And he's now going to fight Brandon Glanton. Why? He's never fought at the weight before as a professional. He's stepping up in weight. He was a form of a world champion. He fought Canelo. Why does he need to carry on fighting? Unless he's spent all his money, and then fair enough, he needs a quick payday. Other than that, he's not going to win. It's not a winnable fight for him. And Brandon Glanton isn't exactly Mike Tyson. Although he can punch, is not exactly a formidable opponent. So when Rocky Fielding inevitably gets chinned inside probably 3 or 4 rounds, I hope the viewers come back to this video and remember my embarrassment statement, because I just cannot get my head around this being an actual fight.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree. As ruthless as it might sound, as you say, I can't get my head around it myself. It's not news that I was expecting to be reacting to today, but yeah, it's hard to kind of disagree with your assessment there. The first thing that came into my head was he must have burned a big hole in that Canelo money. That Canelo money must have ran dry, and he wants a way back in. As you say, he was calling out Darren Till, and now he's back to fight Brandon Glanton. Yeah, it's underwhelming. It really is underwhelming. Rocky Fielding has had his detractors, especially after that Canelo performance. But yeah, as you say, Brandon Glanton as well. I don't particularly rate him too highly either, but he still should have more than enough to beat Rocky Fielding. Of course, there's the question as well of Rocky Fielding. He's coming back to cruiserweight. He's a career super middleweight. So you have to question what sort of shape he'll be in. Questions have been asked in the past of Rocky Fielding. His commitment, his mindset towards the sport. So yeah, I just think it's a very underwhelming fight. Who knows? It's hard to even say will it be a one and done for Rocky Fielding. Prediction wise, you're bang on. He gets chinned. Surely gets chinned here. Early on as well, I'd say, to be honest with you, just Glanton too big, too heavy handed for Rocky Fielding coming out of retirement. And if it doesn't, what's your thoughts on if Brandon Glanton makes a meal of Rocky Fielding? How bad would that look for Brandon Glanton?
Then they're both finished. If Brandon Glanton makes a meal of this, then no half decent cruiserweight is even going to look at him. Realistically, you should be disposing of Rocky Fielding, and I think anything over 3 rounds is a terrible performance. Rocky Fielding, it has to be a cash grab. It has to be. He doesn't. I don't believe he genuinely looks at any current crop of any division, super middleweight, light heavyweight, cruiserweight, you name it. I do not believe he looks at any of them divisions and thinks, I can win a world title here, or I can do something. He was a regular champion. He weren't even a super champion. It's just baffling. Like you agree, I think it has to be money. It's got to be money motivated. Darren Till's getting quite hefty sums on Misfits, and fair play to him for doing that. Rocky Fielding's probably decided if he loses to Darren Till on Misfits, he doesn't get another chance at a cash out. If he does half decent against Brandon Glanton, does he get another fight and another payday-ish? Probably. But if he gets absolutely chinned, like you say, if he gets knocked out in a round or two, then he just goes straight back to retirement. So it's crazy. It's honestly crazy.
You're totally right, and it's probably for his own sake, for his own health, it's probably better off that Brandon Glanton dispatches of him quickly, because if you're, as you say, if he does end up getting another kind of payday against anybody half decent at cruiserweight towards kind of the top 10 or top 5 even at cruiserweight, he gets badly hurt. I do agree it's totally a cash grab, and I just hope, as I say, Brandon Glanton can dispatch him and Rocky failed, and say what you want. Hopefully, he does find a safer way to earn his money if he is stuck for money. But yeah, I definitely do think it's a cash grab. Yeah, that was just myself and Owen with an interesting reaction that we didn't expect to make today. That Rocky Fielding, the former WBA regular champion at super middleweight, is returning to the ring after a multi-year retirement now. I'm not sure exactly when he retired, but it's gone back a few years now, and he's challenging the big punch and cruiserweight Brandon Glanton. Yeah, it's a very interesting one. As we say, pressure is on Glanton now to get Fielding out of the way early. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. What was your initial thoughts when this fight was announced? And who do you have winning? Is it a mismatch? Early Glanton KO, or can Fielding get it done? Let us know what you think down below. And as always, don't forget, drop a like on the video first of all. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ESBR Boxing if you're not doing so already, and follow us on all social media. Owen, it was a pleasure. Take care.
Pleasure as always, mate.